Okay, we have a few quick points about gold, which has doubled in price in the last couple of years and has made headlines at $4,000 an ounce. If you look at American history in the last century, what do you see? You see during the Depression era, with the Smoot-Hawley tariffs, the economic dislocations of the Depression, the activity around the world, which was growing war. Look what happened in Nazi Germany in the very early 1930s. Look at the disruption worldwide. And you saw the price of gold under Franklin Roosevelt in 1933 go from $20 an ounce to $35. Now fast forward to the Nixon era, and what did you see? The collapse of the Bretton Woods fixed currency regime, tariffs, wage price controls, government interventions, wars, and the price of gold went from $35 an ounce to $42, and then the United States under President Richard Nixon suspended permanently. Imagine that, gold exchange worldwide. And the price of gold on the Federal Reserve's balance sheet and the gold certificates has been $42 since Nixon. No change. Today, what do we have? Worldwide turmoil. Look at Mr. Putin. Look at what is happening in the world in disruption. And we have tariffs interfering with international trade, and we have the price of gold moving to $4,000 an ounce. There's no difference between now and previous times, except we have to add zeros for inflation. So where does the price of gold know? Nobody knows. One last point. If the United States were to revalue the gold certificates on the Treasury and Federal Reserve's balance sheet to the current price, the Federal Reserve's balance sheet would add $1 trillion, more or less, to its equity. That would be a revalue by the stroke of a pen of $1 trillion on the asset side of the balance sheet. What would happen on the liability side? The Federal Reserve would create $1 trillion, 1 trillion pictures of George Washington, or some other method electronically, and give it to the US Treasury. Under current law, the Treasury would have to take the trillion and pay down debt. But under revised law, the Treasury could take that trillion and do anything the Congress and the President decided was appropriate, including a sovereign wealth fund that could fund the entire infrastructure of the United States for electrical power, which is so needed. Imagine. Stroke of the pen, Congress, change, and we don't have to burn more coal and poison the atmosphere to get electricity. Anyway, it's a huge move in gold. It reflects history as it has since the days of Persia and the Greeks, and it's not over. Happy day in Gold Land.